Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today Google released Android 17 QPR1 Beta 2 and I have it here on my 10 Pro XL to show you all the new changes. So without further ado, let's jump in. Starting with the update size and build number, here on the 10 Pro XL, the build number is CP31.260.423.012.A1 and the update size is 579 megabytes. And now let's take a look at the new features. Most of the new changes in this update are minor, but there is one unexpected change when it comes to the charging animation. So take a look at the top of the screen when I plug the charger. There is a green bar that moves from the left to the right, and I really like how it animates. So let me show you this one more time. I tried multiple accessories and it always animates in green, so I'm not sure if it has any different colors in different situations. The second change is very minor. We got a brand new icon for the quick settings edit page, but I couldn't spot any new features. All the tiles are exactly the same and they behave the exact same way, but this could be a good indication that Google is currently working on the separate quick settings and notification shade feature that we've seen earlier this year in the leaks. We still have more changes under settings, but first let me show you a couple of changes that are related to QPR1 but I missed to mention in my previous videos. The first one is the slightly redesigned notification dots. Now you can see a ring around the dot that didn't exist before. And for reference, here is a side-by-side comparison with the previous versions. I don't have the same dot that surrounds the notification dot. The second change is related to the screen recorder. When you activate the Show Touches feature, you will see a bigger touch indicator on the screen. So let me show you how it looks. You see the circle is much bigger than the previous versions of Android. On a side note, if you like my wallpapers, go ahead and download the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app that will give you access to hundreds of exclusive wallpapers that will make your smartphone look stunning. Plus, you have the ability to download any of these wallpapers locally on the device, so you can apply the wallpaper effects of your Android operating system on any of them, which will make your phone look even better. So if you want to give it a try, Google Play Store download link is in the description. And now let's get back to the video. Now it's time to show you all the new changes under settings. And the first one is located under sound and vibration. When you go to media, you will see a brand new menu called contextual suggestions. And the description says, get helpful suggestions from your apps and services based on your usual activities and locations. And when you open this page, you will get even more info. It says here, for example, your music app might suggest a playlist at the gym that you often listen to during your evening workouts. Then you get the toggle to turn the feature on or off. You can activate the location. And here you have manage your data, which you can delete the previously stored data. And here at the top, it says that the data used for contextual suggestions stays on your device for 60 days and is then automatically deleted. And then when you scroll even further down, you will see a how it works section that explains a lot more. The first item says when contextual suggestions are on, device activity and location data are stored in an encrypted space on your device. In this space, AI learns from the data and makes predictions about what might be helpful for you. For example, if you often cast sports games to your living room TV on Saturdays, your device can suggest casting at the right time. And finally, apps and services can't see this data, but can use the predictions to offer you timely suggestions. Unfortunately, I couldn't get this feature to work in real life just yet, but it sounds like a very interesting feature. The second change is under security and privacy. When you go to privacy dashboard, you will see a brand new description, and here's a quick side-by-side comparison. It used to say, show which apps recently used permissions, but now it says app and AI assistant activity. And when you go inside, you will see a separate section for the AI assistant activity that didn't exist before. And I can only see Google app, and it says here, no access in the past 24 hours. So this one will make things more specific than the previous version. By this, I covered all the new features in Android 17 QPR1 Beta 2, and now let's take a look at the bug fixes. The first one is an issue where the terminal app fails to launch, resulting in an unresolved error pop-up and infinite loading. fixed a display issue where date and weather information overlapping the fingerprint sensor area on the lock screen, terminating a third active call from the head unit incorrectly disconnects an existing conference call participant instead of the intended call, fixed an issue where mobile signal bars incorrectly display as empty or grayed out despite active connectivity, preventing users from accurately gauging their network signal strength. Custom themed app icons incorrectly appear enlarged on the home screen when returning from an application, resolves a bug in the F2FS file system that could result in data corruption or unexpected system stability, fixed a UI issue that caused visual instability or glitches when moving apps in the recent items screen, fixed an issue where navigation bar swipe gesture failed to switch between recent apps, and finally resolved an issue where the Bluetooth tethering toggle would reset to off after device restarts or Bluetooth cycles, requiring users to manually re-enable internet sharing for connected devices. And now let's talk about my experience with the performance and stability of this build while filming the video. I didn't spot any major difference between Beta 1 and Beta 2. Both are pretty much the same and they are very stable that can be used on your daily driver. And I'm talking here only about the 10 Pro XL, which is the only phone I tried it on. And I'm not facing any major bugs so far and everything works as expected. And when it comes to Geekbench scores, they are not great. I just did the test and I got 4,759 for the multi-core and 2,124 for the single core, which is far behind the previous numbers. Maybe the system needs some time to finish the background activities, and when it comes to the GPU is also about the same 4,764, which is about the same as the previous update and the one before, so don't expect any major upgrades here. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new changes I wanted to show you on Android 17 QPR1 Beta 2. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything, but for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.